The foundations is the beginning of everything that exists. As far as the building are concerned, it have to have a firm foundation which determines how far the building will go. If the building have a poor foundation, it means it cannot go far. But when the foundation is strong, the building can grow up to where the owner would like it to be. It is important to focus on the foundation. In this case, we understand the Bible talks about the two builders who build the houses or their building, and one was building on a strong foundation, and the other was building on top of the sand. And the Bible says the building were well constructed. The architecture came and placed the building in the right position. They did build a very beautiful, very strong building, but one was founded on a rock and the other was founded on a soil. And what happened is that although the building may look the same, may be the same, the challenge happens or the challenge come when the storms came. The Bible says when the storm came, the building that was built on the sand was easily destroyed. So the problem is not the storm, but the problem was the foundation. Having said that, we have so many people that are going through challenges in life. They went to school just like any other. They hold their masters, their degree certificate, their certificate of educations, and the qualification is equally the same. But what happens in life is totally different. The master graduates and the degree graduates, we find them going through challenges and problems that are not normal. I want to say there are challenges that we face that are connected to our foundations. When we talk about the evil foundation, we speak about the generational curses. We talk about the covenant and the iniquity that is passed from one generation to another. In the book of Lamentation, chapter 5, from verse 1 through verse 7. Verse 7, the Bible says, our father sinned and we are suffering, we have suffering on their iniquity. In other words, the challenges that is described from verse 1 up to verse 7, it is because of the sin of their fathers. And how does this happen? The iniquity is passed from one generation to the other. We have people with a very queer habits, the habits that are not really good habits. They don't even understand why they are doing that. Paul said this in the book of Romans, chapter 7, from verse 15. The Bible says, for I do not know what I do, because what I am doing is what I hate, and what I love, I am not doing. It is an implication of the inner forces or another power that is causing things to happen within the life of that soul. In other words, the decisions that you make, they lack enough power because there is another area or another force that is deciding what you do and what to happen to your life. These are all that we call the foundation. Sometimes it's good to ask ourselves, where have we been founded? What was happening with our ancestors? What was happening with our former generation? Because it may influence what is happening with our generation. Job chapter 8 and from verse 9, the Bible says, inquire, I inquire the former generation that they may open their heart and bring the understanding that they had. And why is it important to inquire? Is because our life is just as a shadow. in this world. Actually, the Bible says it is a shadow. And so we need to inquire and understand what is it that is influencing our life or causing our life positively or negatively. Foundation causes and the causes poverty that is unrealistic. It causes pattern or evil patterns of the sicknesses, evil patterns of the struggle, patterns of the strain in the lives of human beings. One sometimes you find the sicknesses that are in a certain family, and it is coming from one generation, it is going to the next generation. Each and every day, it is crossing from one generation to another. These kind of sicknesses are sicknesses that emanate from the former generation, and we say these are bad. These are foundations. You know, we have foundations of some other habits like anger. We find bitterness in a certain place. You find anger in a certain family, and it is crossed from one generation to another. This kind of things are all that we call the foundations because they are from the former generation and they come into another generation and they follow. Sometimes we hear people who do not believe in the foundations. But I would like you to remember the case of Abraham. Abraham actually denied his wife Sarah. And what happened? The same case happened again with Isaac. Isaac is still repeating the same mistake that Abraham did. And we understand that this is the passing on or the inheritance of the iniquity. That what his father did, he also had to do the same. And we have so many people here in this world that they are behaving just like their former generation, actually, like their fathers, like their mothers. And this is happening unknowingly, unwillingly, but it is still happening, irrespective of all. Sometimes we ask, but why is it happening? And I've already given my life to Jesus. I've just been committed my life to God, and I believe now I am a different person. But these things are still happening, despite of all that. Why? Because sometimes God have allowed some things to happen without Him interfering. Just think about God causing Jesus or Jesus to die as a sacrifice so that all the righteous may be done. You know, he's a supreme God. He is a powerful God. He could just kill devil and kill all the other deities, all the spirituality, but he chose to follow the process. Sometimes it is important to understand that God is not that he's more powerful, but he follows the process. And sometimes the process is very, very, very important as far as the spiritual matters are concerned. And so foundations are causing a lot of havoc, a lot of problem. The only way to break foundation or to overcome foundation, it is what you understand. The Bible says that the knowledge or the truth that we know, it is set us free. My children get lost all are destroyed because of lack of understanding. It is because of lack of knowledge. But when they have knowledge, they will still exist. Remember, this is God who is saying this, that my people are destroyed and he see them destroyed, but he decides that you need to have the understanding, the knowledge, the wisdom that will help you to remain alive, to remain well. And if you don't have the understanding, he just watches you. So sometimes when it turns to the matters concerning the foundation, it is good for us to have the understanding about the foundation, about what is happening. It is not everything that just happened normally. It is not everything that is happening in our life that we have to embrace. Some of these things have the source. Let me give you an example with the person that your mother or your parent are thieves and they have stolen money and they have taken you to the school and you have accomplished your degree program and you have accomplished your master. But in actual sense, the money that was taking you through those courses was stolen. Are you expecting that the foundation of your education will carry you into the success? Sometimes this foundation may not. Sometimes it may, but most of the cases, this foundation will always stop. We have our ancestors who killed others to gain or to take their land. Are you still expecting that the generation of that ancestors will enjoy the same land that was acquired through the bloodshed? No, the foundation will always speak and they will raise and they will say no. These people will not enjoy that privilege because of the foundation. We have the children from the harlot, and they have a very good life, but in actual sense that the foundation that have raised those children will cause a problem in future because those are wrong foundation, the foundation that will speak against them and will begin to fight them. Sometimes it is good to ask ourselves, what does it or what is the effect of our actions that we are doing right now to this generation and to the generation to come? It may seem like it is the best way because it seems to give much rewards or much success, but it is important to understand that you may not suffer, but your generation will go through a lot because this is what we call foundation. We have other families that have dedicated their bloodline into the idol or into the worship of other kingdoms. They have committed their family into the protection of the gods or the kingdom of witches and witchcraft. They have committed their children into devil worship, and this generation will suffer, although they may not understand about this, but they will suffer. Remember the walls of Jericho that was brought down. I remember what happened when Joshua said that anyone who will rebuild this wall will suffer. And then many years back, someone is coming up to rebuild the wall, and in actual sense, the words that was spoken begin to happen into his life, the foundation. The things that comes, or the voice, or the sound, or the cars that comes from the former generation. It is important to be aware that life that we live has a consequences, either in your life or in others in your generation that is about to come. May God bless you. May God be with you. Thank you.